Hi, it's Barb coming to you from my craft studio. Sorry about that, I'm looking away. I wanted to grab, I had already filmed once and I didn't like how it came out, so I'm filming again. I do have a haul, I guess, to share. The first item is actually part of my auto ship from HSN. I really have been trying not to buy too much. You know, hubby's on furlough, and yeah, he's collecting unemployment, but we don't know how long furlough might last, and we don't know, you know, how long we may have to stretch that money that is coming in. So we're just kind of holding off. And then on top of all that, early May we got a hailstorm, which did a lot of damage to our roof and our house. So they replaced the roof on the house yesterday and on the garage this morning, and they still have to do the siding. But this was for the foil quill freestyle pen. It's the auto ship that was shipped in April. I think this one was called like Celebrations. I could be wrong on what it's called. It just says kit contains. It doesn't say. But I think it was called the Celebration one. Does the memo say? Seasonal bundle it's called. This one is kind of a spring. I'm hoping that kind of shows a little bit there against the background. It's seasonal. It's got Easter and spring on it. This one is winter, Christmas. No, I think it shows better like that if I hold it a little bit away from the envelope. But there. This one is summer, patriotic, which is where I file my patriotic stuff anyways. I know there's other patriotic holidays, you know, like Veterans Day and whatever, but I know to look for anything patriotic in the summer category. I always think of Independence Day first when I think of patriotic, so that's where I put it. This one is fall, so Halloween and Thanksgiving. I think that's it for the stencils. It came with these little tags to use with it. Some different foils. I think there's silver and gold in there. It'd be nice if they do a little bit more colors, because I think every pack has had silver and gold. So it'd be nice if they'd done some other colors. Then it came with the traceables, which this is kind of the summer sheet, the fall sheet, winter, winter. It's more Christmas than it is winter, but it's kind of, this one I guess would be considered the spring. It's got Valentine's Day in there and Easter, and then another Christmas one. A little instruction sheet, some card bases and envelopes. I'll show you while I'm at it how I'm storing that stuff. I have one of the Totally Tiffany double-sided stamp bags. This one is labeled foil quill. One side has my foil. Well, it says foil, but that isn't actually what I have. I need to relabel it. And freestyle pens. I actually have my pen and my foil over here. And then on this side, I've got the traceable sheets and the cards that they've given me. I probably could put the cards in with my regular card bases, but I've just been leaving them here. So I file that there. The stencils I just put with my stencil supplies. I have a binder just for stencils. I kind of catalog them. Here's what I do when I catalog them, so that I don't have to trace each one, is I put a piece of colored cardstock behind it and put it on my copier and copy it. I can see well enough what that design is then with the color behind it. Especially this one's just got enough. It's not totally clear, so it does show better than some of them do, but most of them I've found that if I just put a piece of colored paper behind it, put it down on my printer copier and copy it off, then I, like this one, I would copy for fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and probably in animals for the cat head, because the cat I would probably definitely want in my animal category, maybe the turkey too, but it would work both. I would only have to copy it once and then just put a whole copy of the whole stencil, and I'll number the stencil by where it is in my binder, and I'll probably just put the label right on that so that when I copy it, the number shows right on it, so I'll know where to find it. And then I would copy this for this one. I would probably do for, it says darling and love you, so I'd probably do it for my card making one, Easter, animals, spring, Valentine's, and I'd probably do shapes because of a few just generic shapes on that one. This one might possibly get that one too, and I'd probably throw patriotic in this one because of the star. And then this one would be winter, Christmas, probably animals for the deer, merry and bright joy. Probably shapes for the presents down, the boxes that could be presents down there. And then this one I would put under summer, patriotic. I'd probably put it in food or my cooking food category. And I'd probably put it in travel because of the United States. Travel or vacation, whichever. I'm not sure which I have that labeled. I think I have it labeled vacation. So it would go under vacation for me. Some people have it labeled travel. But that's how I do. That's how I catalog my stencils. And then I ordered from Cricut because I've been making a lot of masks. And my Rotary Blades and my fabric cutting mats both gave out. So I ended up cutting the pattern for each size mask on my machine out of cardstock and then just hand cutting them. And I actually think it went faster because I could go through several layers of fabric. I mean, I could layer up the fabric. What I did was cut them into a square about the same size, as just a little bit bigger than what I needed. Put the pattern on, pinned it down, and then cut through several layers of it. So that was going faster for me. Now that type of mask I've been giving to family and friends. Mask wearing became mandatory here on May 1st. So I asked my sisters, I know they both work in essential jobs, so they still had to work. One works at a place that manufactures food, and the other one works for a local chain of gas stations. She's in management there. So I knew they were both still working, as her husband also works there. So I said, do you guys need masks? And first she went, no. I think I asked late April. I kind of thought the mandatory mask thing was coming, even though they hadn't announced it yet. And a few days later he announced it, and she sent me back. She goes, actually, yeah, we could use the mask. So I said, that's fine. So I made them each up 5. I figured that way they don't have to do laundry every night, because you wear it to work and back. It should go in the laundry and then wear a different one the next day until you get that one washed. So that way they didn't have to do laundry constantly. And my other sister, took her a while. Finally she texted me back. She goes, yeah, she goes, can you call me about the mask when you get a chance? And I called her right back. She goes, oh, well, that was fast. She says, they gave us a mask at work, but she says we're supposed to wash it and keep wearing it. And she goes, and it's really just a disposable mask, so it's falling apart. Which, I'm sorry, if you're at an essential place that's required to give masks to your employees, you need to give them more than one. But I said, no problem. She goes, well, I wanted to talk to you because I wanted to know how much you wanted for them. I'm like, I'm not going to charge you for a mask, Debbie. And she says, well, I need some for me and some for a friend that she works with. And I'm like, I don't have a problem making them both for you. And she says, well, how will I get them? I said, well, how about I just mail them to you? I said, because I'm really trying not to limit my exposure. That way you don't have to drive all the way over here just to get the mask and, not even be able to see me because she lives in a different town. She says, well, I'll pay you for postage. She said, I'm not worried about the postage. I just want to help you out. I'll mail you the masks. So I mailed them, and then one of my husband's cousins says, oh, I need some masks. Does anybody, she posted on Facebook, does anybody know anyone who makes them? And my daughter goes, I'm sure my mom could do it for you. And I'm like, yeah, Haley, I can send you them. She goes, well, I think somebody else is sending me one, so I probably don't need it. I said, Haley, you're going to want more than one because you need to wash them between. You don't want to do laundry every night. She goes, oh, I guess you're right. So I sent her, I think, 5 as well. And another friend on Facebook said, I tried making one and I didn't like how they turned out. I said, if you send me the address, I'll send them to you. She ended up sending me money even though I told her that she didn't need to. And I just told my husband, he's actually Facebook friends with her, and I said, just tell her thank you for the cash and tell her I'm using that to buy more supplies. So what she sent me kind of paid for my next round of elastic. So I said, she's helping supply other people with masks. So, and then I've been donating them down to our local grocery store. I don't know if I said that, but I've been making them and dropping them off there so they can give them to customers who come in. But my Rotary Blades finally arrived the other day. It took about a month for me to get them. They're behind on shipping. They said 2 weeks to ship. I think it was more like 3.5 weeks to ship and then another week to receive them. Once they shipped, they actually got, this order actually got here really fast. There's one more item in the order that is still in transit. Right. And I ordered another package of the washable fabric markers for the Cricut and 3 of the 12 by 24 mats. I think I'm going to keep cutting my mats by hand. Family and friends, I've been doing the one Cricut one that's kind of, it has a place you can even put a liner, and it kind of shaped out like that. I really like it. It's more comfortable than the other ones, and the elastic goes around, and I actually pull the one up over my head a little bit. That way it doesn't land on my ears at all, so it doesn't hurt your ears. Now the ones I've been given to the grocery stores have the ear elastic because they use less elastic, they use less fabric, and they're quicker to make. And since I'm just donating them for, the grocery store to hand out, I want to try to get as many made as I can so it helps the community, but also I need to keep my costs down. I pretty much went through all of my fabric stash, so I needed to buy, and all my elastic, I've had to buy elastic twice. I did order some fabric from the fabric store, and I did get that. I've used part of that. Let me grab that real quick. This is my second order of elastic. This is 50 yards. The first one I got was 75 yards. I didn't share that one. I ordered, I think, a couple yards. I said, this one was out of their sale one. I said, I just want something that could kind of work for men and women because, I just did it over the phone. And then we did like curbside pickup. And I said, then I just want like a solid color that'll match it. So this is what they picked out, which I really liked both of them. So that worked out well. And then they did a sale on their Facebook page where they posted fabric they had, and they gave it was a set price for all the fabric, and you just told them how many yards you wanted of them. And I had some plain brown in my stash, so I was looking for something that would go with it for the other side of the mask. So I ordered this one. The ones I've been doing down at the grocery store are just the pleated style ones, so they use a lot less fabric, and they also use a less elastic because it's around the ears, not around the entire head. So he did ask me with the last batch if I could put a little wire across the bridge of the nose because of the fogging problems when you had glasses. I did it, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping it doesn't poke through. All I had was floral wire. So I don't think it would harm anybody. It might poke their nose a little bit and, hurt a little bit, but I don't think it would do any, real damage. But I'm hoping they'll be okay. And then I bought 3 packs of this fabric from Cricut. It's really nice fabric. It's Rotary Blade fabric. A lot of quilt shops carry this, but they carry it by the yard rather than, this is like 12 by 26 pieces so that it fits really well on the 12 by 24 fabric mat. So for cutting with your Cricut, I want to make like a mini quilt, and I think I have a few more packs of this. I bought 3 of them, so I'm hoping it'll be enough to do like a small mini quilt. I did do a baby quilt with a fabric pack that I had, and I think I only used 2 of those, and I just had to add my own fabric for the backing. I went really long here, but I'm chatty. Sorry. I haven't talked to anybody much other than hubby. We've pretty much been staying home. Only essential stores are open here. So there's that. Maybe I'll come back on and just do a chatty video. But thanks for joining me. I'll get you next time.